Zula Hula is a Betty Boop cartoon from 1937. This is directed by Dave Fleischer and Thomas Johnson, and we have a voice cast including Everett Clark as Grampy, Mae Questel as Betty Boop, and Jack Mercer as the Pygmy people. And when I read the brief description of this on IMDb, it says racially stereotyped natives intrude. And I thought, okay, racial stereotyping, this is from the 1930s. How bad is it going to be? Because sometimes there are cartoons from the 30s that are a little racist, but I don't feel like the animators were meaning to be racist. Whereas with this one, there's no doubt that this was made to mock pygmy people and completely make fun of them and just to be blatantly racist. It is really awkward. As a concept, the basic concept, it's not too bad. Betty Boop and Grampy are flying in their plane and they land on an island, and we get a little bit of time to enjoy the island scenery before things get a little bit awkward. And then once they start to relax and enjoy the island, the pygmy people come along and, well, I won't say any more than that, but people are scared of other people and it is terrible. The animation of the pygmy people is so uncomfortable. It might be, I don't know this for certain because there are a couple of them that could have this title, but I think it might be the worst depiction of pygmy people in any cartoon that I've seen. If not, it's definitely high up there. And of course, the awkward thing about that statement is that there are far too many awkward depictions of pygmy people from the 1930s, maybe 1940s. It's not comfortable to watch. The beginning is okay. It's absolutely fine. It's not the most interesting. The island is fairly well animated, but we don't get to see too much in terms of the detail. They clearly were leaning on the introduction of the pygmy characters to really launch the quote-unquote interesting part of the narrative. But honestly, it's a lesson in how not to do a good narrative and how not to introduce characters, because it's very awkward and very uncomfortable. And as I said, there are times when a cartoon might be called racist, but I watch it and while the depictions aren't great, I don't feel like they're trying to be negative towards a certain race. I can't say that here. That's definitely not the case. They were 100% trying to make fun of pygmy people, and, well, they succeeded with that, I guess, because it is pretty terrible. Do I recommend it? Only if you're interested in it from a historical perspective, to, of course, see how certain animation studios depicted pygmy people at the time. There are, as I said, other cartoons that also provide an example of this, and this is definitely one of the most unfortunate ones. For an entertaining cartoon, I don't recommend it. For a piece of history, sure, there are lessons to be learned from this. For the right reasons, I recommend it. But if you're just looking for a good cartoon, then Zula Hula is not one that I recommend.